It has been a long, gorgeous day of Quake. We have one set left. I am 40 Lions, joined by ZSX and the one and only DJ Wheat. Gentlemen, going into Av3k and RAISY, how do you feel?
Good, man.
Sweet. That's great. You guys are doing great. All right. I'm trying my best out here. You guys are killing it. It's been a long day of Quake. We've seen a lot of great frags, a lot of good action. I'm looking forward to getting into this one. Av3k, RAISY. The question is, for me, whenever you see RAISY's name, is Clutch going to come out? And I know it comes down to the pick bans. We're going to see those a little bit later, but like that's the first thing that always pops in my head. Are we going to see RAISY's Clutch?
I don't know if this is like spoiler territory, but I'm sitting here in the lobby of the players, and RAISY is definitely rocking that clutch pick. So that's not doesn't necessarily mean anything. Doesn't mean anything. Just but yeah, I think we're gonna probably see it.
Could be mind games. Could be not. I mean,
Could be.
just for us, a little flaunting. ZSX, what do you think?
I mean, I hope not. It's pretty scary when you see it, and I feel bad for Av3k if we get to see it. There's not many people that have come out of that alive, so
yeah,
it's dangerous.
I think the follow-up question is, okay, let's say we see a clutch. How many gauntlet kills do you think RAISY is going to get if we see a clutch?
At least one.
That guy's just crazy.
We can't dismiss the fact that RAISY's own teammate said, hey, when talking about players that when they are on, they are scary. And he mentioned Av3k. And I don't know if that was just because he was, front of mind because his teammate was going to be playing him next. But I tend to agree. I mean, Av3k is a remarkable player. This is kind of, again, another classic matchup that presents I've been playing this game since I was 15 to I am the new blood gear. So either way, another exciting map, and I think this one's even closer than the last one that we had.
100%. And if you had to ask me, like, who's probably my favorite player to watch, I would probably say Av3k a lot of the time. Like, he has such a distinctive and unique play style, and he hadn't really been fulfilling his potential in the Quake Pro League until quite recently. And since then, he just dominates. He's so aggressive, and it's incredible to watch. And that's why it's scary for pros to go against him, because he's relentless.
Well, I'm extremely impatient, so we're going to hop into the pick bans right now, and let's see. Drum roll, please. Oh my God, it's going to be clutch on Molten Falls.
Oh, wow. And it's against a Nyx. I don't think I like that.
That could be brutal, but we got Molten Falls, Blood Covenant, Ruins of Sarnath. We got Clutch versus Nyx, Doom versus Athena, Galena versus Strog. Pretty standard, except for I just cannot believe that Clutch got through. But it comes down to, like, I think Av3k had to pick him to, like, take him away. So then you're stuck in this weird situation of, okay, I don't play Clutch, so I have to just give him Clutch.
It's like, I mean, it's not the best map for Clutch. Like, we saw Garpy play it in the challenges. Well, I saw Garpy play in the challenges, and he just got trashed. But he's not.
Be nice to Garpy, first of all. But yes, that was a little brutal. Again, it is kind of a thing where you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. Okay, I'll pick Clutch to take it away from RAISY. Then you're stuck with Clutch. So if you haven't put in the hours with him, then it's going to be rough because he is a hard champ to play. But man, seeing Clutch in RAISY's hands, that first map is going to set the tone, and that is scary.
Problem is I don't think Nyx is the answer. We've seen it tried before, and it doesn't really work. As soon as the Ghost Walk's on cooldown, the Clutch is on you, and you have no escape. And then you're on Molten Falls, where there really isn't any proper double jump territory for you to use that maneuverability. Like, at least on a Blood Covenant, you can get across the mid ground and limit Clutch's chase. But there's really nothing like that on Molten Falls, so you're quite vulnerable. So Av3k's going to have to play out of his mind to really come away with a win on that one. I think the rest of them, pretty even across the board. I quite like the use of Strog and Peak against Galena. I think Galena could be left quite vulnerable, but we know that RAISY's strong no matter what he picks. And then excited to see Av3k on Athena on Blood Covenant for sure.
I agree. That's the one that definitely stands out to me, as I think it's going to be a really fun matchup from both sides. And it's still kind of amazing that RAISY has such an association with Clutch, right? Because we have seen certain players like take two and be really great at certain champions, but I mean, how many have owned a champion? I think RAISY's like one of the only ones.
For sure. Well, I just got my delivery for cheesecake, so I'm actually going to get out of here. Why don't you guys take this one, and I'm going to take a break because I deserve it. So.
All right. All right. I hope you
Ooh.
got cheesecake for everyone in chat, though. Otherwise, chat, you blow up 40 Lions. So, well, it's good to be here with you, ZSX. Another
Yes.
week, and like I mean, we talked about. This is a great matchup. I'm super excited. Before we hop into it, we are literally loading up the map right now. Any thoughts? Because this is for sure a hard one to call.
I think you know what you get with RAISY. It's just, is Av3k going to come up and be as good as he can be, which he has done recently. If he does, then I can definitely see it being incredibly close. I think RAISY will edge it. I think he'll edge it close. It'll be a 2-1. I think the challenge for me when I'm watching RAISY, particularly against someone like Av3k, is that his playstyle could fall into RAISY's hands, and that RAISY's just so strong mechanically that if Av3k ends up just running at him when he's behind, that could snowball very fast. And this is a matchup you don't want to snowball. That's exactly what Clutch thrives.
Yeah, 100%. And just so we had a split in items right off the beginning, Av3k did get the heavy, and RAISY quickly got that mega, and now it is just going to slow down here just a little bit. I don't know if there was a possibility for him, for RAISY to go for that heavy at the beginning, but both respecting one another as they take either side. Av3k, though, sneaking in here, grabbing this mega, and you know what that means over on the other side. It just basically, you know, like everyone gets a major item. There you go. Hand them out.
Yeah, and this is going to be quite slow paced. And that's why RAISY is quite scary. We always picture RAISY on the clutch with big score lines, big finales, thinking that he's running around the map like a madman. But the thing that makes him so scary is that he actually plays it quite slow.
Yeah.
He plays it very strategically and then forges openings with either rail or with traps and then pounces on you. So you don't actually know where he is a lot of the time.
And when he's pouncing on you, he seems like he's moving as fast as an anarchy, right? Like that's the scary part about it. Like pops the shield, and then it's like, no, he's still a big, slow robot going at you, but it doesn't feel that way. RAISY with a little bit bigger stack right now. And I like this slow approach to the game. I think it's absolutely necessary for Av3k. I think it's playing into this the sort of style and how I would expect RAISY to play this one. I mean, he is slow walking that robot. Give him a cane or something. Like he is just absolutely taking it slow and steady. And but I'm okay with this kind of slow. You know, we're going to see a pretty frantic second map. That's fine. So we're kind of seeing the you know, the big brain play here coming out on Molten.
Yeah, he hasn't left that upper ground yet, and you can see Av3k, what he's trying to do is stay in areas that are as open as possible, so he's not getting choked into a corridor in close combat where that stack advantage really comes into play. He's trying to keep his distance on the mid-ground and make sure he's always got audio cues on his opponent.
There's the first rail out from Av3k, and you're absolutely right. And here he's going to wait for him. Drops onto the mega. The shield gets popped, and look at it. It just, you know, it's like, huh. I got a shield, and you know, what do you do at that point? Off the spawn, we get a rail and a second rail to tie it up, and you know that also goes to show how this one needs to be played here. We're going to get another one with yes, off of the spawn, gets the frag, pops the ghost walk, and oh my gosh, might even get another one. Cannot get that last little dial of LG damage. There it is. And 3-1 so quickly. So, I mean, right, like this actually showcases how this game changes when the shield is up and how it changes when it's down. Now, shield was popped yet again. Av3k did get away. So, you know, interesting start now that we are 3 minutes into this game.
Yeah, and it's slightly uncharacteristic to RAISY, but he knew he had made his opponent quite low, that there was no ghost walk up, and he wanted to use that starting stack, but it isn't coming to the fore as Av3k is on fire in the first 3 minutes of this first game.
Man, and I mean, look at RAISY. He is, you know, he wants to be bullying with this champion, and you know, it is working. But there it is, finally going to be able to get a beat on his opponent. Takes a second frag here. Now we're going to be watching RAISY a little bit, and there it is, popping that shield, getting up close and personal with that shotgun, and suddenly this 3 frag is now a 1 frag game.
Yeah, you see how quickly it spins, but Slightly too aggressive there, a second too early for the Mega. Av3k did just enough damage. He's coming back in again. He just wants to keep willing down this stack and try and force out the Ghost Walk, but it's not working out. We'll just see him come back again because he knows how low his opponent is, and he will have timing on this heavy as well.
I really like that classic LG that's in
Nice.
the battle pack right there. There's a good pop of the Ghost Walk to get out of there, steals away the heavy as well.
Didn't take
And
any
still up by
damage.
3. There the shield does come out. Oh, oh, he got it. He got it. Crazy.
This is turning from good to better for Av3k, really, as RAISY has given away a lot of free frags, and Av3k is matching blow for blow. Av3k's trying to bully his opponent, but Av3k is not succumbing to the pressure so far. Ghostwalk is also back up, so if he needs to use it to get out, he can use it, and he does. He does take a little bit of a big rocket to exit, so he will be slightly hesitant about committing for this Mega, but after that rail as well, he'll just try and pick up this and get out.
And it's going to go in on the Mega.
No way!
Oh my God, dude. It's insane. It is 8-3. I mean, we saw these opening moments and I thought it was just going to be this back and forth bullying battle, but 2 frags now that way. And although Av3k is hurting very bad there, he's going to pop the Ghost Walk with his 4 points of health. And the rocket coming around the corner. No, it's not going to connect. Instead, it's the shotgun of RAISY. It is 8-4.
Yeah, I don't even know what is going on in this match so far. We saw 2 minutes of no damage, and now we're already at 8-4 after 3 more minutes of play. RAISY doesn't want to take his foot off the accelerator as he is continuing to put pressure on. Av3k has done a fantastic job so far of keeping RAISY's stack at bay, but now look at this. Huge stack. Shield is up. This could be where a few frags do come back to back. Ghostwalk will be up by the time they meet, though, so that is a blessing for Av3k. And he doesn't want to be seen in and around these items. And something we didn't talk about is the ring out potential. I think it's been 3 ring outs for Av3k so far already.
Yeah, it was it. Okay, so yeah, 3, and we didn't. But it seems like he's really been setting up for those. However, with a full stack, we're gonna have RAISY with the trap of his own, popping that shield, going after his opponent, and we got Av3k doing a great job holding him off with the LG here. He's gonna try to peek that rail, cannot find it. RAISY going to get out of here. I thought with that full stack and a shield, he was absolutely going to be in position to find another frag, but we're going to get another try here at the Mega. Mega's picked up by Av3k, but RAISY still managed to get the damage done that he needs. Now he is low. He does now have a shield that he can pop, so kind of out of the danger zone there. In fact, he will as he drops down on that heavy, but Av3k gets the LG damage to get the job done and picks up the heavy 9-5.
Picking up that heavy was crucial because it gives him the power now to bully his way in. Plenty of time for the Mega as well. RAISY's down there. Great rockets. Did enough to keep Av3k away.
Yeah, I mean, Av3k right now very, very low, as you can see. And RAISY just on the hunt. He's in a great position. Ghost Swap is popped. And is taking the same escape route he's taken every single time. This time, RAISY on the hunt. Defensive rail 1, defensive rail 2. He misses defensive rail 3. There's number 4. But RAISY's going to get the final kill. But, I mean, actually, you know, amazing. Look at how much he was able to kind of go up against them, making some very, very nice defensive shots. You knew RAISY was going to chase. 10-6 now, 4 frags. This is still anyone's game, I think.
Yeah. Av3k managed to steal away a couple of these major items under the feet of RAISY. That last one in particular, I genuinely don't know how he got that Mega, but he did, and offset RAISY's aggressions once more. But as you say, only takes 1 opening, 1 clean frag, which that is, and suddenly Av3k is under a lot of trouble. He has got the Ghost Walk, but that's going to be his saving grace. As RAISY will pick up this heavy for free and want to keep the pressure on his opponent. Still plenty of time for just 3 frags.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's why I think Av3k has slowed it down. He's changed his routes up a little bit. He's kind of, you know, he's defensively making shots that will put him in a good position. They're going to have another opportunity for a battle. Gets a lot of LG damage, but will run away with the Ghost Walk. And coming up that jump pad. Oh, with the rail to finish it off. Beautifully done. I mean, playing against RAISY's clutch with confidence. That is what I like to see here.
And he's setting up beautifully. He knows when he's forced into these situations to take a fight and knows when the right time is and make sure that If he's going to take a fight, it's on his terms, which is normally what RAISY is able to do effectively for himself. So Av3k has played this perfectly so far, and if RAISY's going to get this back, he has to get a frag now. The Ghost Walk's going to be up, so it's not going to be anytime soon. It is popped. Can he get away from RAISY? He probably will double back. He does, but it's going to be too late as Av3k is still sitting down there. He is found for now. And the question is, can he get him off the spawn? There's no Ghost Walk up before the end of the match unless he gets a couple of time bars.
And he just did, but still 11 seconds. So he's going to have one more here that he'll be able to use as kind of the snap button if he needs it. 2 frags. He's definitely slowed it down. He is playing away from RAISY, setting himself up so he can hit the defensive shots that he needs to. And there it is. Ghost Walk. That will be the last one of the match. And he managed to slip away from RAISY, but RAISY sees him. 5 seconds left, and that is going to be it. He did it. Actually gets the frag at the end, 12-9. And what an incredible, incredible game coming out there from Av3k. You know, RAISY brought the clutch that we all knew that he is capable of playing. He is mean. I would not want to play against that clutch. But Av3k seemed like he had a plan. That was well thought out. He put himself in a position for those 3 rings out, all of those beautiful defensive rails as he was running away from his opponent. I mean, there is so much to like about that matchup, both from RAISY's side and from Av3k's side. I'm super impressed.
Yeah, we said it would be hard at the start to make it work, and it was hard. But as you said, Av3k had a plan, and that map is just not that good for clutch. And Av3k found a way to make sure that all the fights he manufactured were these mid-range LG fights.
Yeah.
Normally when RAISY plays the clutch, it's on something like an Awoken or a Blood Covenant where he can use his rail to chip away at his opponent before making his pushes. But he was having to go in where Av3k was fully stacked all the time, and he was just coming off second best when he's so used to bullying his opponents.
I'm taking a comment here from chat who said Av3k was extremely lucky 3 to 4 times in a row, and I'm like, I don't know about that. Yeah, I mean, sure, there's some luck, right? Oh, the bounce of that rocket, the hit that I had, but yeah. I thought that was really, really well executed by Av3k.
I mean, if he didn't hit, 3 or 4 of those rails at least, he might have been in a different game. So he hit exactly what he needed to. He was always under pressure, and he 2,600 damage of LG alone, which is more than some people get on maps. So he was under a lot of pressure the entire time. And there were a few moments of luck where he stole items away that could have gone either way, but you need a bit of luck sometimes in this game.
I mean, gosh, I wish I could have some of that luck. How do I get some of that luck? I mean, if it's luck, then anyone could maybe do those things, right?
Yeah. He was in the position to make it happen, right?
Yeah. So. It was remarkable. I mean, go back and thinking about some of those, right? Like attacking from the top of the mega or the bottom of the mega. Right, we saw both of those scenarios, and I think like there were a couple times where RAISY was just like, pop my shield, go. Av3k being ready for that. I don't know. It was great fights around that little particular portion of the map. But let's move on, because we talked about how we thought map 2, Blood Covenant, was going to be an exciting one. It'd be full of action, and we are about to go into that right now. I expect this one to be as fast-paced, and that was actually more fast-paced, minus the first 2.5, 3 minutes than I thought it would be.
Yeah, definitely. And it was quite, as I think I said in the cast, a little bit uncharacteristic from RAISY. He's normally more calculated than that, but at the same time, it was credence for Av3k to be hitting as hard as he was. There was particularly those 3 back-to-back frags, I think, after the first one, where RAISY tried to finish his opponent, but Av3k just stood his ground and was able to counter that pressure. So, that's what happens, and why Av3k is so scary, and why Wenger said he's one of the best and scariest players to go against.
Yep. And so we've got Av3k up 1 game here, but we're going to be moving on to Blood Covenant next. And what we get out of here, you're not going to have to wait long in order to see, because we are going to be going live here very, very shortly. And, again, I don't know that either of us actually threw out any sort of official prediction right now, but if game 1 was any indication, I'm ready for the same action here on game number 2. Take it away.
Yeah, starting on Av3k, already got that Railgun spawn. We'll be using RAISY over on the Mega, still needs to get some weapons, and Av3k's already burnt through all of his grapples, and he's delayed the Heavy as well, so that will come into play. And I don't think RAISY's in a position to get timing. No, he's not. He's on the other side of the map, so advantage Av3k on the item front so far.
Yeah, I thought he was going to be able to hit that rail, but actually didn't even take that shot peeking into the LG room. He's going to just make his way back around and pick his battles. Now his opponent heading over to grab a rail of his own. There we can see the first rail coming out. Very nice enough from Av3k, and you know, we talk a lot about this. Oh, using the grapple hook to make his way over there very quickly.
What?
Oh my gosh, a double frag as the rocket hits him in mid-air to blow him up. And oh, look at that. The hook coming in big there off the spawn.
Yeah, RAISY's not too happy there. I think that might have been deliberate. Not too sure, but yeah, I think he's a little bit annoyed that Av3k got that spawn and did as much damage as he did. Av3k is on fire so far. I don't think he was too happy with the way in which RAISY got that frag either, so, you know, even it up.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. Maybe it was luck, but that looked pretty sick to me. I mean, the exchange frag there, obviously that was a rough go on both sides, both very, very low. The follow-up I thought was brilliant. You know, the quick speed with the hook, grabbing over there, getting all the dropped weapons and the heavy. Like, I mean, that's just, you know, the spawns are a little bit of it, but that was a very, very smart play. And now we've got just a one frag game. It was tied up 1-1, but we're still so early on here in this matchup. Still a lot to have happen. And we see Av3k going to be controlling that heavy, and you know, just like taking a quick peek over at RAISY. He's got a full arsenal. He just needs to find that opportunity to hit a nice rail. You know, where can he find that follow-up damage? But there's one.
Yeah, we see RAISY retreating to somewhat more of a defensive posturing so far, and that's in part credit to the way in which Av3k has been bullying him in these combat situations. RAISY often the one to take the initiative and outmaster his opponents with aim, but Av3k has been absolutely on point with that. So RAISY's respecting that. He's gone back into a rail type of game, and so far now that is working out for him.
And he's going to try to get that MG damage off the spawn. RAISY though on the board, 1-1 now. And it was nicely, you know, it was nicely done. It was a good frag right there. Could be 2-1, but you know, RAISY unfortunately with the suicide earlier on. And you know, I mean, we've seen Rail be the equalizer here, and I'm not surprised that it slows down yet again on a 1-1 to take it really slowly, kind of split things back up. But RAISY now, and probably the best position he's been in all game. Both of the major items have been picked up by him, and he seems to have control on where he is pushing Av3k towards. And here we go. We're gonna have a battle at the bottom of the columns.
Yeah, no real damage coming out just yet. RAISY dropping down, taking the engagement with the lightning gun. Av3k responding, using the hook to get back up, and that's just the power of the Athena. RAISY trying to chase through, but you can see the Av3k dance is happening around the pillars. He does get the frag, but it wasn't super clean, which means Av3k has a little bit of an opportunity off the spawn to be confident to go around and get some weapons and get some items. But it was still a frag for RAISY.
And we're going to have rails almost exchanged there. Once again, over by the Mega. That rocket does not hit. And I do want to say we've been seeing, again, more Tri-Bolt come out to kind of use it to get information and or just get a little bit of damage off. And there we see Av3k dropping some rockets from up above. And RAISY, who had pretty much full stack now, going to make his way over to the Heavy. Heavy was picked up, but Av3k goes down yet again, and RAISY is like, ever since that, and maybe that's what it was. Maybe the suicide was like, all right, like, let me get my head in the game, because ever since he has been playing, you know, kind of out of his mind. So there you go. Yeah. Wouldn't suggest, you know, other players try that, but this is RAISY.
Yeah, I mean, this is scary when he gets his aim on, and he's obviously understood that Av3k is matching him blow for blow in the mid-range, and he's just reverted to a range game, and he is definitely winning the range game at this point in time. Av3k struggling on the rail front, and as soon as RAISY opens his opportunities defuse. This time it was with the heavy machine gun. You could see it keep that pressure on, and follows up with the lightning gun to finish.
Yeah, 1-4. And there,
Oh,
Avic's finally
that's
going to
nice.
get the frag. I think he knew his opponent was hurting there. Good LG damage, but always good. Oh, lifted up. He missed it. I thought he was totally going to have it. That LG actually saved saved his life. And now RAISY still managing to keep himself alive here, 58-50. And Av3k just trying to mow him down however he can. He decides to turn up the aggression just a little bit, but not enough to let things get kind of out of control. It is, though, 2-4 as Av3k was able to pick up another one there. And I still can't believe he got pushed right into that bridge.
I think he might have double jumped at the last second and, as you say, floated him into the bridge. Surprised he actually went for the boxing match instead of just trying to get out of there.
Yeah, you're right. You know, could have just used it as an escape, but
Yeah.
all right. But back to the things slowing down just a little bit. Here's the point with the 2 frag difference, also where landing those rails is just so crucial. Some cheeky shots through the architecture here of the map, and yeah,
so much respect from RAISY. But as soon as he hits those rails, you can see the tempo, the posturing definitely becomes more aggressive, more intense. Knows he's got Av3k on the ropes, another rail that should be an easy finish, and it is. And 3 frags, the lead now for RAISY. The heavy's up as well. Av3k will probably be making a move over to there, but RAISY should be in position to deal some damage at least.
I mean, so impressive to be able to do what RAISY was doing from that position. Usually you're at the disadvantage at the bottom of that columns, but he's just like, whatever, I'll use my LG, I'll kind of zone you out, hit the rockets and the rails across, right? Just set up great opportunities to follow up with a potential frag. And, hook or not, it really didn't matter. RAISY seems very comfortable fighting from down there. Great rail, anticipates his opponent barreling through, follows up with the tri-boat onto the bridge. And he doesn't get that follow-up rail there, but RAISY has a lot of room to work with here. He doesn't have to be pushing towards his opponent. He can play this sort of pot shot from the far side of the rail because he's at an advantage. But here we now have the LG coming out, leaves RAISY very, very low, 71 points of health now. He will almost immediately get back up to 100. There's a light as well, and Av3k just having a hard time opening the door.
Yeah, RAISY's definitely made a favored strategical point to work around the mega and use this heavy as a bait, as you said, living up on that mid ground with the rail, picking his opponent apart, and then using the audio cues to shut down any of Av3k's aggressive pushes. He doesn't want to fight Av3k, he just wants to keep him at bay, and so he's kind of like holding his arm out and keeping Av3k windmilling while he runs at him. It's quite frustrating for Av3k.
Yeah, RAISY just, man, he's anticipating his opponent. He's got the time to just spare and sit there, especially if he knows that Av3k's coming from this corner. Av3k, though, getting very aggressive, moving in there. Unfortunately, misses most of those rockets. RAISY's just going to go ahead and get out of there unscathed. LG's coming out yet again. And I can appreciate Av3k kind of turning up the heat a little bit, knowing that, hey, I have to do something here if I want any chance to win. At a very, very tough position right now, but still not giving up. And there, RAISY going to just rage on out of there. And although Av3k is on the hunt, will he hit the rail he needs to hit? The answer, LG's come out, and he does get one more frag. But with 45 seconds left on the clock, picking up 3 here is going to be a tall order.
Yeah, it's unfortunately not going to happen. RAISY gets the perfect spawn, Mega's up, got the rail now, and as you can see, just right back into this stance of come at me, bro. And he knows there's not enough time for Av3k to make a comeback, so he's just going to toy with him.
Ouch.
Yeah, it's the icing on the cake of a much better jaw.
Yeah.
But we could definitely see there's so much more respect on this map than there was on the previous. I think his tail was a little bit between his legs after losing on clutch.
Yeah, and I mean, RAISY did, or 40 Lions eating his cheesecake did get his gauntlet kill, so there you go. Got one out there. But there is the final seconds tick away. RAISY takes it 8-3. And was it what you expected?
No, I think it was much more placid and timid than I thought it would be. And that's just down to the way RAISY controlled the tempo. He controlled the movements and had Av3k on a bit of a leash for a lot of that game. It was obviously chaotic and fun to start. And then as soon as you said, RAISY reset, killing himself and said, look, I'm not going to play this game for you, Av3k. I'm going to do what I want to do. Picked up a rail and just stood on the opposite side of the map. And that was about it.
I mean, I'm still shocked that that would be how he might reset himself, but if that's what it takes, that was pretty impressive. You know, I really appreciate that players can do that. You know, oftentimes these moments, CSX, as you know, in these games, right? Like you have to kind of go with the flow, right? If you let things tilt you, if you let things, if you're unhappy about things, it can affect your play for the remainder of the game. Situation like that, impressive to see someone just say, okay, whatever, you know, that was BS, but I'm just going to turn it back on. And reset or not, it seemed to work for RAISY, and that means in the series we are tied 1-1. And seeing Av3k's perspective on those 3 missed rails is really unfortunate there. I don't know if he would have hit it if those few extra seconds would have actually allowed him to win. But, you know, maybe a little bit of frustration seen through the character or through Av3k's eyes there as he misses some of those rails. But yeah,
and you could see from the item pickups that RAISY allowed Av3k to have control of the map, and as we said, just rotated around every single one of these major items to make sure he always had an angle on the pickup or the exit. It just controlled his opponent.
it really did. It really did. Our next map is we're going to be moving on to Ruins, and I think we've got Strog versus Galena in that particular situation, but 1-1. You know, I like this. I like these 2-1 matches. There's money on the line. There's obviously right standing overall. Both these players very capable and are already at the, you know, well, there you see rank 2 and rank 1 right here. So standings are kind of up for grabs here this week as 2 amazing players. So what do you think? Ruins, a Strog versus a Galena? Kind of everything on the table. What do you think here, CSS?
I think the way it's been playing, if Av3k can get that close combat game going as he wanted to do so badly on that map, and as we saw in map 1, he should be able to take it. He's looked stronger than RAISY with the rockets and the lightning gun, and he wanted to take the initiative with Athena. He just couldn't do it because the double jump of Doom was particularly strong, and RAISY was able to get across the map easier. He doesn't have that luxury with Galena, so I think he'll struggle a little bit more on that front, but it's definitely very even, and Galena is extremely strong, particularly if you can camp down in the heavy or set up totems and choke points on this map. It can disorientate your opponent. But I want to root for Av3k, but I think I'm still going to stick with RAISY.
All right. I'm just going to remain unknown at this point and just ride the wave and find out who our victor is. And unfortunately, who will just narrowly miss it, because again, 2 very, very close games already, and we're moving on to Ruins now. I'm excited to see how this one will break down, and this might be our last game today, but you better be tuning in every Sunday to watch the action here of our second season. It's stage 1. We're in week number 3, and we are about to go live here on Ruins. ZSX, take it away.
Starting over on Ruins, over on Av3k, getting up the rocket mega health spawn, meaning RAISY will have the lightning gun, railgun, and mega, but Av3k will be able to protect this rocket, which is can be a critical point of contention. This is why he's taking this choke point, trying to use those audio cues. You get almost perfect audio up here on this point, so you can just track your opponent around the map.
And is definitely playing it a little bit slow. Fires down into the heavy. It's going to make his way back over to the mega, but he finds that it's gone. And man, did he just lose the opportunity for both of those major items?
Yeah, he done effed up.
Yeah. I mean, to put it bluntly, was not the right decision in that situation. He didn't. I mean, he peeked. He didn't see the heavy. He just fired down in there. But I don't know. Maybe just expected him to stay down there.
Yeah, it was quite brazen from RAISY to push up through, but this time Av3k has worked himself onto the heavy, although he has to back in because he does miss it, and that costs him his life. He picks it up, but you can see one of the powers of Galena on this map, he's already got that overstack going, and it is a point that you do need to keep on top of those totems. If you don't see them, you need to go and hunt them down because you know your opponent will have them, and it was actually that overstack that won him that battle. So something for Av3k to consider. He's got one down, but RAISY's already got another one up.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate too. 17 points of health remaining on that one, and I mean the frag before it. He's going to send Peeker in there. Unfortunately, he can't pick up that heavy, so he's going to be out of there 2-0 now. And following RAISY, I mean RAISY's looking, like he was looking in the previous game. Man, that, I mean, just, you mentioned the audio keys there, but going even from the teleporter over to the side and how quickly we saw the reaction to that, it's going to immediately make his way back down to the heavy once again. And you can see that Av3k, like, he is like, Mom told me never go down there. I don't know. Like, I kind of want to, but I mean, it looks like he wants to go in there so badly, but he knows against his better judgment, that would not be a smart thing to do.
Absolutely. It was a death trap last time. He's learned his lesson, but he also needs to make something happen on a major item because RAISY is getting more stacked by the second and needs to make something happen.
Yeah. Oh, and another setup as he, oh man, drops down.
To Wheat.
And I see, Mom said, don't go in the basement. Looks what happens. And I don't know if we'll ever see Av3k down there ever again after that one. It was unfortunate, right? RAISY attacked from the perfect position. It's going to come after him, though, and it's not going to work out for him. RAISY now up 3 to -1. But, I mean, that perfect direct rocket bounced him. It was just everything RAISY could have hoped for in that battle and everything Av3k did not want to have happen. Finally, Av3k is able to keep that pressure up, but not without the cost of at least a frag in that one. So it's 3-0. Will it allow him to get control? That's probably the most important question.
Yeah, and that was already twice in the first 3 minutes that the overstack had won RAISY a frag. Such an important feature of the way he plays is to set up camp down in heavy, build that overstack up. But Av3k has done a good job so far. Get back on the board. He's given away, oh, that was close. He's given away the mega, but he should be able to consolidate this heavy.
And he does. Scared, right? He's running scared down there, but that's okay. I would be too. Game's still within his grasp, and I think that that frag was important. So although he did give up a frag, he was kind of able to stop that momentum, right? That RAISY was just so heavily holding on to. And then if Rocket bops him, he keeps his LG on him. RAISY's still going to manage to get away from there. Thinks he's going to come down out through the rail, and he doesn't. But he goes immediately after him, finds that follow-up frag. Very nicely done. This is what he, and it's kind of like he's just he's cracked the nut open now. And this is what you kind of expect to see, right? This back and forth, but it's not safe yet.
Nice little trap from RAISY up the jump pad. Always got to be wary when going up there. But as you said, yeah, Av3k now getting a foothold on this game, using that speed to great advantage. Oh, that rail's knocked him off. The Pika comes out. It finishes him off, though. That was smart reactions from Av3k to work that one out. He's also got the opportunity here to push in to the heavy, but decides against it, instead favoring to get the weapons he needs for the next encounter.
Yeah, I actually think that's super smart. From the top level, a hyper blaster shot into that rail shot. I think one of those chipped and then the rail hit, but the LG comes out here. RAISY down to 25. Av3k knows it. He does hit a rail near the end there, and Av3k down low 66-91, but knowing where his opponent is and his limited escape route possibilities, he decides to throw more shots out there, and wow, how aggressive. And you know what? Maybe a mistake, maybe stuck around for a little bit too long. RAISY capitalizing on that one and getting the frag. He's still got the lead by 1.
Yeah, but it is only one. Av3k's managed to close that 4 frag gap that RAISY had built. And you can see here, this is where RAISY had been struggling against Av3k all day long, is when Av3k closes that gap. Luckily, RAISY's rail is still on fire, and it does halt the aggression for now. But once again...
You kidding me? The pixel. Sorry. I didn't mean it. Damn, I just. It's insanity.
It's a Polish
I mean,
steam train.
yeah, knew exactly where his opponent is. Both these players deciding, hey, we're gonna fight to the death here. It is tied 5-5. Av3k's gonna get on top of him yet again. Hyperblaster cannot get the job done. Av3k for the first time has the lead.
And RAISY is really struggling with the pace of Av3k. RAISY comes out, but he should be going down here, Av3k, but he does immense amount of damage with that nail gun. RAISY is so low.
Oh, so low. And look at that from down below, the amount of LG damage he managed to get off there, when really all that Av3k needed to do was just kind of spit on him, and that probably would have killed him. And he's still trying real bad, but RAISY playing a phenomenal defensive game in this regard. And it tied up, and no one really has any sort of grasp for control here, kind of vying for that right now between these two major items. There we do see the heavy picked up, and now anticipating him come through the lower hallways, does hit a few more shots from the Hyperblaster. And, you know, I mean, tied up. This is a really exciting game from the back and forth that we saw early on to the heavy lead to now tied. Crazy.
Yeah, although RAISY has cemented himself quite a commanding stat, which gives him the confidence to drop down here. And the way RAISY wants to play is he wants to almost be like an RTS player. He wants to build a base. He wants to lay his totems. He wants to get his foundations. And Alex throwing that out the window and just wants to run at him. And so far that is working. He's already bullied himself into this room. A big fight with Mega. Good opening rocket, but RAISY has forced to be dropped down here. And the follow-up rail will take down RAISY.
Now, this might actually be the most important frag that we've had, because now with the heavy coming up too, he got the mega, he landed the rail. No, he's not going to be able to get down there. And, you know, I think that's what he ultimately wanted to see have happen there, is like, this is going to be the chance I'm going to get both mega and heavy. But he's happy just having the lead, I think, especially given the fact that there's about 1:40 left remaining. So RAISY now for the first time really, you know, fighting from behind. What's he going to do to kind of change things up?
Yeah, I don't imagine the pace will slow from Av3k. He'll want to keep RAISY's stack in check. Obviously not taking over committals at any step, which is why he didn't drop there, but always being in position, as you can see, trying to line up rails, trying to deal some damage. They're going to meet here. RAISY actually playing slow. He might catch him from behind. He's there!
Oh my goodness. I can't even believe it.
What?
There it is. He follows it up. It's crazy how much damage he was able to get off before Av3k even responded. I think that was how surprised Av3k was in that situation, and held up in the air by that LG. It's tied 7-7, 45 seconds left to go. Neither player looking super healthy. There's about a light on both sides, a little bit more armor over on Av3k's side. Now, is he going to turn it up? Is he going to get a little bit more aggressive? Will he just look for those rail shots, or will that, you know, is that what RAISY will do? Something he's done really well throughout this matchup. And it's going to be LG in the middle, and Av3k
No way!
the rail with 30 seconds less than to go. He grabs yet another frag, 8-7 in the final moments.
All he wants to do now is hit some damage on the exit. He's listening, he's heard him go down. RAISY's gone up the jump pad, he'll just run. Go to the Shrybot room, play the teleporter game. RAISY will know where he is, but the question is, can he stop it? And it's going to be a no, DJ Wheat. Av3k will walk away.
Wow.
2-1.
I mean, that's insane, because after that little sneaky Hyper Blaster trap that he had set up in the back, you know, I thought that was going to be bad news for Av3k after that one. But following up with the LG, and then, I mean, like, think about that. In the middle of this LG battle, you're over on the back side, like the back hallways. You know that your opponent's down, and he knows that you're about to die too. To pull out that rail and be that confident that you're going to hit that, he's on his escape. Absolutely insane. Av3k taking it 2-1. Definitely earns my match of the day for sure. There was so much to love about that series. Just awesome. Loved it.
I'm in love with that series, and I guess let's bring back a slightly heavier 40 lines. He's finished stuffing his face with cheesecake, so we can let him hear his thoughts of it. Look how
what's in the vodka in Poland? Like, that was crazy. Give me some of that.
Grass.
He's a scary man.
I mean, like, literally, like, blade blades of grass.
Is that how
Every
they do
time
it?
I get a bottle of vodka from Poland, it's got a blade of grass in it. That's
I mean,
just truth.
that's amazing. I need to try that. But I mean, in terms of the series, that's how you want to end a day, right? That was probably, as DJ Wheat said, the series of the day, the closest of the day. And I'm impressed with how Av3k handled that clutch. Like, that kind of gives you a little, like, you know, usually when you see clutch come out for RAISY, you're kind of like, okay, this is it. But Av3k just proved that that doesn't necessarily ring true all the time.
I mean, he just went beast mode, and I've never seen RAISY look so essentially scared of taking combat. There was a few times we caught Av3k off guard and showed us how strong he is, but every time Av3k took the initiative and used the speed, as we said, of Strog and Pika to take the advantage, RAISY struggled, like really, really struggled. And I haven't seen RAISY like that for a long, long time.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little surprising, but you know, as a player who is still kind of developing, who definitely has not hit their ceiling yet, you know, right? They have the same ebb and flow and ups and downs as every other player, veteran, old, new alike. And I mean, certainly we saw some play from RAISY that was just out of this world, but I think Av3k showing, you know, one of the reasons why his stay in the Quake universe has been as long as it has been. Great play on both sides, and yeah, that's a series I'll definitely remember for sure. That was great.
That nail gun trap was bananas.
Bananas.
I mean, Av3k's one of those players that, DJ Wheat, you've kind of watched grown up, like literally right in front of your eyes. You've watched him grow up as a player, mature as a player, and just kind of collect all these accolades. So it's crazy to see him compete at this high of a level after so many years, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and even more so when you think about that, like that is going to be RAISY. That is going to be Wenger in, you know, a few years, right? Like to just see that potential and to see how that can be unlocked is absolutely beast. Like we have seen Av3k go from, you know, this young kind of crazy Quake player to now this amazing, right, Quake player with all the legacy that he's got, and it was it was remarkable. It was a great matchup. I loved it.
Yeah, absolutely phenomenal series to end the day, and I think we're working on getting him in here so we can have some words with him. As we take a look at the stats from the series right there, just really well done from Av3k.
I love that series. Although he didn't play Death Knight, that would have been fun if he did. But I just love that series.
Death Knight keeps sneaking these cameos in.
He never gets picked. The
Always
production
in
like, I
these
have to put Death Knight in.
I feel like they're testing you, ZSX, right? Like, all right, let's see if he's paying attention more on the screens, and
He'll
then
never catch me out. I'm the one.
Look, I have faith that we'll see Death Knight eventually, but right now I have a feeling we'll see Av3k. Let's get him in here and have some words.
The transitions are getting to Jackie level.
Yeah, that good, huh? I wish. I can only
Average.
aspire to be as good as him. But Av3k, congratulations, man. How you
congrats.
Doing good. Thank you, guys. How did you enjoy the games?
feeling?
Yeah,
That's
great.
nice. I actually felt really bad before this matchup because I don't know if you wanted to ask me something, but I just wanted to say something from me, if that's
Yeah.
okay.
Sure, yeah,
Absolutely.
go ahead.
I just wanted to say that I felt really bad before this matchup actually because there was an update on Thursday and I thought I didn't catch up like with spawns and things like this. I didn't really understand in the beginning how it works, and especially it played a little bit of part on like Molten when I was sure that I was going for a mega and he gonna spawn further away and he spawned above me and killed me. So I just had to clear my mind before the matchups to be able to keep calm and to adapt to new things. So I'm pretty happy that I managed to do it actually because I felt horrible right before the match.
I mean, I'll just say we could have never have even guessed by watching the 3 games that we saw today. So again, one of the things that we talk about from a great Quake player's perspective is the ability to adapt, even if that means a play style or in this case a game change that happened. So well done, because I don't think any of us would ever recognize that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I think for me, like, what's changed for you in the last few months? From from stage 2 onwards, you were kind of finding and changing some things, but you just seem to have, found a new level now. So is there anything that's changed for you?
Yeah, definitely. as soon as Hron and Cypher told me that they are changing their PCs because they can't play anymore on their old PCs, I've seen like big improvement, especially in Cypher game, because then he became like second on stage 3, if I remember correctly, or 4 finals. Then Hron changed it, and I thought that that's time came for me, and I also changed my PC. So since that moment, I also, what is worth to mention is that I played on 140 monitor before, and usually on tournaments you got 240. That's why when I was arriving to LAN tournaments, I usually felt a bit better because I was switching from 140 to 240. So that was like better change. But as soon as I played on 140, I realized that my game is not the same. So I realized that I just need new PC and new monitor. And since then, like everything like went back more to normal. I still got some ping issues with my connection because it's definitely worse connection than the guys who live on the west side of Europe. But I think it's already going pretty good. I'm happy that I started like so strong this stage, and especially that my first match was with CNZ. He is in great form, and I managed to come on top. You didn't guys have a chance to see that because
Yeah.
I had to reschedule our game.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, let me ask you. Great to hear on all that. Let me ask you a question specifically, and I think right, like RAISY has been associated a little bit with like, oh, be scared of RAISY's clutch, and you came in this matchup on Molten. As you said, you know, we weren't feeling super great about it. Maybe not the same level of confidence, but you looked great. You looked like you were making all the right decisions in that game. You were setting yourselves up positionally to get those 3 rings out. Can you talk to us just about that game? Was it no big deal that RAISY was playing clutch? Did you have a specific strategy that you were
No,
trying?
of course, that was a huge deal because I know that he's basically winning every single map when he's playing on clutch against anyone. So just right before the match, like when we were picking maps and things like this, I already knew that if I'm not gonna win the coin toss, I'm basically in a big trouble. And and of course I didn't win the coin toss because I never win the coin toss. I always lose the coin toss. So then I decided to ban Awoken because he tends to pick clutch on Awoken a lot. Then he tends to like ban the M6 against me a lot. So I banned like Awoken, and then he picked Molten. So I already knew that he's going for clutch, especially that he banned Sorlak straight away. And then I was thinking for a long time, what can I play? And in general, whatever I thought of, I still was sure that I'm gonna lose this matchup. I just coming to the game, I just wanted to make sure to not get hit first, because I knew if he's gonna hit his shot first, if he's gonna hit the rail, he's insta gonna like get his shield on and rush me. And the problem with Nyx and clutch matchup is like he cannot really win against me when he has no shield and I have invis. But other way around, I can't really win the fight when he has shield and I don't have invis. And what happens when we both go with our abilities is that the advantage for clutch is that after my invis, he still can chase me, as you saw in the end, because he's much faster and I cannot chase him. So it's like it's really hard to even imagine in your head how you're gonna play it out, because in every single fight you are in disadvantage. So I don't know how I did it actually, but I guess I made like all the right decisions all the time.
From this
because
seat,
that's the only
you
way to
definitely
play
did.
clutch.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was a great game. Great game.
Yeah, man, it was really fantastic to see. DJ Wheat, you took the question right out of my mouth. It's nice to see someone be able to deal with that clutch and kind of give the rest of the league hope, honestly, because there was a lot of times where you see RAISY clutch and you're like, this map is gone. But you kind of have said, all right, there's a way to do it. And it's great to see, man. It was a fantastic set.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed.
Yeah, and I hope everyone at home
And
enjoyed.
how did you like the whole aspect of like cameras, webcams? I think people liked it, right? You know what happened actually on a cooler match? Why the camera disappeared? I by accident like joined the cameras as well because I didn't know I don't have to. So that's why the cameras turned off. So it's my fault, guys.
That's amazing.
If you want someone to blame, just like blame me. But it was first time with cameras, so I think. But I think it's a great feature.
I do too.
And it's cool thing to do. So good job
cameras are
on
great.
that.
Yeah,
cameras are really good.
Production is stepping up. I love the format. How do you feel about money per match? or map rather?
I think it's really good for viewers because they now understand that we actually have something to play for. Like before, we were also receiving the money, the prize money, everything. It wasn't just like official, right? So now people like having more fun because they know we are not playing only for points, but we're also playing for some kind of like money per match. And then on top of that, we have a tournament in every like 3 or 4 months where we compete for like bigger pool of prize. So I think it's really good for viewers and for Twitch and for everything. And for us, of course, as well. But as I said before, we also played, and we were getting money. So it's not like we played for fun, because we still like first season we played like to the max. It's just people didn't know that.
Sure. Yeah, I think the changes are great. Well, thanks and congrats again to one.
Congrats,
to
man.
We're gonna
Thank
see a
you.
lot more of you in the future, man. Congratulations and
Yeah.
take care.
See ya. Yeah. You
Cheers,
too,
Av3k.
guys.
Bye-bye.
Well, boys, that'll be
Well,
it.
well, that's great. I mean, hey, from week to week, the matches have just been getting really good. I mean, you guys said it earlier, you kind of had a mixed bag this morning, a little bit of everything. There's some dominations, there were some really close matches, there were some blowout or two, but this week I feel like is really indicative of what we can expect to see as these players continue to kind of build up, as we see players really coming out of their own, and I don't know. This week was exciting, and now I'm just even more excited for next week.
Absolutely.
I don't think there was
rankings real quick too.
And there was a single game that was in any way, shape, or form a blowout or under delivered. So let's just hope these guys keep playing, because otherwise they'll come along and steal our jobs to do so well in the interviews.
Yeah, Av3k's like, you know what? I'm just gonna just tee this up. I'm like, dude, this is like the greatest interview I've ever. And no one's even asked the question yet. It's amazing. Sorry.
This is like the most Kanye thing to ever happen. Like Quake. It's like I got you. I'm gonna let you finish, but hold on. But yeah, I think a great day of Quake. If we could take a look at the rankings real quick, we can kind of see where everyone measures up, both on the EU and America. There we have the EU side of things. Again, every map is worth money, so you can see kind of the prize pool that people are working with, just accumulating that wealth, stacking that cheddar, as the kids say. I don't know, I'm too old. But Av3k on top with RAISY, especially after that victory, they even up. Looking really good, actually. Pretty fantastic.
It's not bad, is it? Good old
Yeah,
Av3k.
that was definitely like rank 1 versus rank 2 right there. And Av3k does steal away the rank with that one, with the additional win over the top of it. So
just look how even
great.
the EU scene is now. You've got like Kilson, CNZ base. I know it's only week 3, but all sitting in that mid-level. We had CNZ, what was it, top 5 at QuakeCon. Kilson top 3, 4, Venga top 3, 4. Like, it's incredible.
Yeah, let's take a look at the America side and see how uneven it is. Potentially, I don't know. It's not that bad. It's not so bad.
A little bit more weighted upper end, but yeah. Sygib doing well.
Yeah, Sygib's doing really well. Dehang's sitting pretty on top. We'll see how long that lasts. Again, bye weeks and everything come into play. If you want more in-depth stats, quake.pglesports.com, and you could comb through everything to your heart's desire. Also, the Challengers stuff will be on there starting next week, I believe, is when Challengers picks up. And we could see some new blood maybe make their way into the Pro League. It's going to be a long, arduous road. But yeah, stop into that site and comb through everything you want.
Rafa, the only guy in the world not to drop a map so far as well.
So far, and he's absolutely going to try and do that week in, week out. He wants to go undefeated going into the tournaments in the bracket. There's no way he's going to let that happen. He's going to, like we said earlier, there's just no way. He plays until 0-0. That's it. But guys, any closing statements? It's been a great day of Quake, and it's been a pleasure to be here with you. Wheat, I'm going to throw it over to you. What do you want to end on?
Thanks for letting me hang out with y'all. Not only you, 40 Lions, but ZSX, and also chat. Thanks for being here week after week. I get a kick out of all your memeing, all of your excitement as well. So thanks again. Also, just a shout out to not only the production crew and all the folks who help make this whole thing work and keep the gears turning, but also the players, right? We wouldn't be here if these guys didn't put their heart their souls, their blood, their sweat, their tears into this game that we call Quake Champions. And so I give all my appreciation this week to them. Thank you so much for showing up and giving us some awesome matches to watch week after week.
Absolutely. ZSL.
I don't think I can follow Wheat's Oscar exception speech, so I'll
just flex. Just flex.
I'll
into
just
the
echo
camera.
what
That's
he
the
said.
people want.
Yeah. Maybe in the stage finals we'll see.
All right. We'll see. Yeah, I think you said it best, and we appreciate you being here as always, and we appreciate the crowd, the chat, millions and millions. Thank you very much. Shouts to Bethesda and PGL for putting all this on. Shouts to the players. But it's time for us to get out of here. We got to eat some food and hang out and chill. But next week, more Quake action on Sundays, because Sundays are for Quake. So take care, everybody, and we'll see you next week.
Peace.